Graham Potter as a manager talked about in the media quite often as a potential future England manager, which is really, really cool for England, but terrible for my team, Brighton Hove Albion, because he's quite clearly one of the best managers in the league. I will fight anyone who says different. Not with my fists, with my words, obviously, look at me. But what would a Graham Potter England team actually look like? That's what we're going to find out today. I have sacked Gareth Southgate, I've replaced him with Graham Potter, and we're going to go through the World Cup qualifiers with Graham and into the World Cup and see how the England team get on. Hello everyone, welcome back to Fairly Determined FM with me. My name's Chris. I hope you're all doing well. Here we go then. Graham Potter is now the England manager. It's going to be interesting to see what players he picks. Now, I personally think, and a lot of Brighton fans personally think, that Lewis Dunk should be deserving of a call-up. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Graham Potter brings in one of his old players. And it's also going to be interesting to see if he drops any of these other players. You know, I don't actually think any of them are really worthy of dropping. They're obviously, you know, all very good players. But it's just going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what Graham does differently to Gareth. I will see you in a sec when we get to September and the first World Cup qualifier. I've gone ahead to the end of August, just one day before the first friendly, and there's been some news about Graham Potter's England squad. His first England squad includes potential first caps for Emil Smith-Rowe and Aaron Ramsdale, both Arsenal players. Phil Foden is out through injury. There's also an interesting thing in that Ben White has been dropped. Ben White obviously was managed by Potter briefly at Brighton before moving to Arsenal. So that's quite interesting that he's not been kept around. So the England squad now looks like this. We've got Emil Smith-Rowe in there, obviously. Aaron Ramsdale, potential first cap for him as well. But it's largely still the Gareth Southgate squad. But it's largely still the same squad. And that makes sense because these are the best English players, except, you know, maybe Harry Maguire probably doesn't get in these days. Maybe, who knows? Maybe. I'm just saying, don't hate me, Man United fans. I'm just saying, Dunk's better. Dunk is better. Let's journey ahead a little bit more, and we'll get through those qualifying games and just see how England got on. All right then. Look at these results. England did not lose a single game in their qualifying group, so they finished top on 26 points, lost none, drawn 2, 0-0 against Albania and 1-1 against Hungary, and then won 8 of them. Scored 25 goals in the process. 8 of them past San Marino. Ouch. Sorry, San Marino. So let's have a look. Who scored these goals for England? So Harry Kane got himself 9 goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin got 6. Phil Foden with 4. Phil Foden must have come back from injury to make this to be called back up into the squad. Rashford got himself a couple. Mason Mount got a couple. Grealish, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice. So Aaron Ramsdale got some minutes. He got 1,000 minutes under his belt. It looks like he was quite even with the goalkeepers, so that's good to see. And I did see Emil Smith-Rowe is no longer in the squad, but I did see him on the score sheet, so he definitely got his first cap. But he's not been called up again. He made 3 substitute appearances and got 7 rating. Why is he no longer in the squad then? That seems a bit strange to me. That seems a bit strange, Graham. That do indeed. So tactically, they've lined up in this 5-2-2-1 with wing-backs, which is sort of similar to what he's got Brighton playing at the moment. That's classic Potter, that is. So that's it's interesting to see. He's obviously imposing his tactical style on the team. When is the next? I mean, I know that the World Cup is in 2022, but I don't know when the next scheduled. There's no fixtures scheduled. So I'm going to journey ahead again, and we'll come back when some more fixtures have been played. I don't know why they're not here though. That's very strange. That'll take a while. So the World Cup kicks off on the 24th of November. We are at the day before that. We're at the 23rd of November. Schedule-wise, it's not been a great 2022 for Graham Potter's England. They lost. So they drew their first friendly with Belgium, beat Zambia 4-1 in a friendly, and then in the European League Division A Group 3, what the bloody hell that is, they only won once against Switzerland, a 3-0 win. Lost to Spain, lost to the Czech Republic twice. Drew Spain. Yeah, it wasn't a good 2022 so far for Graham Potter's England. They got relegated from that group. But they have Australia, Senegal and the Ukraine in World Cup Group H. That kicks off tomorrow. We're going to journey ahead to the 3rd of December and see how they got on in a minute. Let's have a look at the squad first. So, squad-wise, Benjamin White is back in the team. It looks like Max Kilman is a new addition, Ezri Konza as well, and I think possibly James Justin is also a new addition too. So this is going to be interesting. But again, the squad is largely, as you would expect, once again, largely the same squad that Gareth Southgate. The same squad that Gareth Southgate would pick. Interesting though, Harry Maguire is on the bench. He is not picked in this particular lineup. Let's go ahead to the end of this first round of games in the World Cup and see how they got on. So England topped their group, only just though. They were 2 points ahead of the Ukraine with 7 points. They didn't lose, but they did draw once against the Ukraine, funnily enough, in the final game. They have drawn in the second round, they have drawn Denmark. So that's not too bad of a pick. Let's have a look at the second round and see who else has got Spain and Portugal. That would be a good. Colombia, Uruguay. Wow, those are some derbies. Canada versus Germany. You'd expect Canada to win that. Canada versus Germany, and you expect Canada to win that. What? Switzerland versus Mexico, Brazil and Austria, Ukraine and Argentina, Croatia and Belgium. There are going to be some big teams. If the obvious teams go through, there are going to be some big teams in the quarterfinal, and England might not be one of them. Denmark are no slouches. Let's jump ahead one more time and see how they get on against Denmark. Okay, they beat Denmark 1-0. Who scored the sole goal? It was Mason Mount in the 55th minute. So one thing I forgot to do when we were looking at the results from the Group H was check the squads to see who got game time. So James Justin looks like an unused sub. No, James Justin came on but wasn't on for long enough to get a match rating. Against Senegal, yeah, no real surprises there. Against Ukraine, Raheem Sterling didn't really get on to get a match rating. James Justin did. He got 6.9. So yeah, it looks like a pretty settled squad that he's working with, tactically as well. So tactically, he looks like he's stuck with that 5-2-2-1 formation, and it seems to be doing the trick. Lots and lots of high ratings there. It looks like it looks like England should have won by more. Really, 23 shots, 8 on target, XG of 1.37, dominated possession. Well, dominated. Lots of possession, lots of passes completed. Looks like possibly should have been a couple more. Harry Maguire, an unused substitute there. They've drawn Belgium in the quarterfinal. What are the other quarterfinal games? Argentina versus Brazil. That's enormous. Germany versus Switzerland. Colombia versus Portugal. And England versus Belgium. Those are some tasty draws. Argentina, Brazil is going to be mental. Right, let's go ahead. A few more days and we'll come back after the World Cup quarterfinal. I will say now, if we get to the final, we'll watch it. We'll attend. We'll go to the World Cup final. Why not? We can. Oh, they lost on penalties in the quarterfinal. Oh, who missed? Jack Grealish missed his penalty. Blimey. James Justin on a 5.9. He got sent off in extra time. Oh, man, that is unlucky. So who else went through? Germany went through. Brazil went through with a 5-1 thrashing of Argentina. And Colombia are through as well. Wow. Semi-final then, Germany versus Belgium, Colombia versus Brazil. It's going to be looking like, I think, a Germany-Brazil final. But England, more importantly, are out. Graham Potter's England did not make it past the quarterfinals of the World Cup. So I personally, as a Brighton fan, am taking that as a win, because if Football Manager is anything to go by, he won't do any better than Gareth Southgate anyway. So keep Southgate in the job, keep Potter at Brighton. Everyone's happy. Perfect. That'll be that then. Let me know what you thought down in the comments of Graham Potter's England. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon for some more stuff. Cheers. Bye.